watching the episode 1 earlier, and we had some amazing moments. There was Sabina Verma, Amrita Bhattacharya, Daisy Bala, and also Lolita. Somehow Balesh Jindal could not make it. But now I'm back again with episode 2 with some more poets from the book. This is the book we are doing a virtual launch today, and it's called Poems from the Kitchen. This is a pocket book of poems, and I really did not expect that the book would come like this. This is really a surprise for me as well because I had no plans that this would happen. So let's listen to the journey of also the other poets, what they have to say, what was their experience. So firstly, let me welcome Shakuntala Ma'am, Jyoti, Moushumi Bhattacharjee, and Indrani. Hope Shristee will also join. So, welcome to episode 2 of virtual book launch of Pocket Book of Poems. And I'm so glad to have you all and listen to your part of story. Let's begin with Shakuntala ma'am. Ma'am, please
Oh,
tell me what was your inspiration and how was you feeling, like how were you feeling when you were writing a poem? And when the submission opened, what was your thought process that how, you will bring your poem, what kind of inspiration you had?
okay. First of all, hello all, and all the members of Chrysanthemum Chronicles, of course, and Mona Lisa, of course. You are the anchor over here, and very happy to be with you all. Thank you for having me, having us here. And yes, my best wishes to everybody. Beautiful poems written by everybody. And all I can say is my inspiration, of course, everybody's basic inspiration are their parents. Where cooking is concerned, definitely the mother plays the major role over here. Likewise, being the eldest in the family among girls, so I had literally, like my mother, if she was unwell or anything, she would just sit there and tell me to do. You put this so much salt, you put so much, whether it was spices or whatever. So she would be guiding me from there, and that's how my basic lessons of cooking started in Delhi when I would have been just maybe 6 year old or 7 year old or something like that. Yeah. So that's how the journey started, and from then on, as I grew, I also started taking interest, while helping my mother also, because we were six siblings, and obviously one lady trying to do the entire job was not an easy thing, which she did very, very meticulously without a complaint. Till the last, almost she was there, and she was always working, always cooking something or the other. More so, we remember her every festival. She would make all kinds of uh, what do you say, savories or sweet little things, or rice, rice cooking products and all. So she would do it. I mean, so it didn't look as if she was just going to go through the grind or anything. She'll put something on the pot here, then she'll grind something over there. She'll rush somewhere there. She will just pound it somewhere there, then pick something from somewhere else. So I mean, we would only see her, her hands playing always, all the sides like. So that was how she was. And it's sad that I lost her last about a year now, just a little more than a year. And we all miss her and we all remember. And she was, I mean, sort of an expert in baking, all kinds of sweets and all. Particularly when we were in Delhi and all, people didn't know what idlis were then. So, we had a grinding stone, and the first time when she was grinding, people came up to complain, what is this thundering sound going on over here? So, when she made those idlis and she gave them, so they used to be happy every time they heard the sound. They said, okay, this week we are going to get idlis over here. So, that's how they learned what idlis were. So I grew up, like we had a lot of relations also, of course, always visiting us, staying over at our place. So we happened to learn like this, me, then followed by my sisters and all. So that's how I think it's not that how am I going to cook? What am I going to cook? No, it just kind of a process. It just evolved slowly, gradually, like that. That's how we learned.
Wonderful. So we
Yeah.
love you to recite your poem as well. I would like to also our audience to have that essence what you're trying to say here.
These are all wonderful poets out over there. So mine will be paling in front of their poets, but all the same, yeah, I'll read out mine. Yeah. Hello, Srishti there. Just saw you.
Hello, so nice to see everyone.
Hi,
Yeah.
Shristee. How are you?
Hi, hello everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I start?
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah. Okay. The title of my poem was Flavors and Aromas of Life. So this is a metaphoric expression also. And since this is concerned with our cooking aspect, cooking topic, so here I used flavors and aromas of life as the topic of my poem. My kitchen, my world, my home, my kingdom, my soulmate, my ultimate, my realm wholesome. Do, oozing and exuding savory flavors winsome, splattering aromatic essence delectably awesome. Let me start at the very beginning with the spice, turmeric's auspicious reckoning. A pinch of this for color and taste, very inviting. An immunity booster and a beauty enhancer for glowing. Cloves and cardamom for the aromatic hype. Pepper and carom seeds for a healthy diet. Fennel and fenugreek for the tummy's plight. Coriander and cumin for textures light. Saffron and star anise, mace and nutmegs slight. Asafoetida and pepper, black and white. Cinnamon and bay leaf for flavors just about right. Poppy seeds and mustard for a merry, merry sight. Plant derivatives diffusing flavors, plant derivatives diffusing flavors mighty, roots, rhizomes, stems, and seeds healthy, flowers, fruits, leaves, and barks rusty, all on my kitchen shelf, waiting to release their essence perky. Strong aromas of the sprightly delights, savory dishes with salty bites, pungent spices purging the tummy tight. Sapid deliciousness takes off on a magical flight with baking, roasting, frying, and grilling, sauteing, tempering, simmering, and steaming, dispersing rich aromas into the delicacies, cooking, dispensing their flavors, mouth watering, spicing up their feelings and emotions high, seasoning their sentiments with a blissful sigh, like sugar and salt and everything nice, for variety is often the spice of life. Let go yourself to enjoy the spices that play with your taste buds, ever haggling to say, more the merrier to enjoy the delicious array with spices tasty in their spunky ways like the heavenly taste of a bite, spicy, the sharp feeling on the tongue, tangy, pricky pangs in the mouth, peppery, a piquant feel of the sauces, mighty. These wonder spices of Mother's nature's benevolence, healing and hailing our personal preference, enhancing taste and appetite with their confluence, boosting the immune system by anti inflammatory and antioxidant credence, flavoring, coloring, and preserving with antimicrobial leanings, and vital vitamins and minerals enhancing health and nutrition through spices sprinklings. Life is for living and enjoying the myriad flavors swirling, spicing things up for a peppy living, for a life healthy and invigorating. That's the end of my poem. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. You have actually, reflected all the medicinal qualities of turmeric, like all the spices that we use in our kitchen.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Yeah.
a different kind of, portrayal of
Yeah.
the theme. So wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Jyoti, I would like to come to you now, and please tell me that what was your experience writing through the entire period, and like how did you feel when the submission process opened, and what what was your inspiration for your poetry?
Right. Actually, at the very first instance, it was definitely your prompt that made me even think about the same. Took me back to my childhood because, we've seen our mothers, yes, as Shakuntala ma'am said, that, they've been the major face, the home affairs, is in their hands. And my mother had been working, but yet she was able to maintain a balance between the professional and the personal life. And anytime, any kind of a celebration, whether be it a festival, friends coming over, family get together, she was the one who would prepare everything. So there was nothing like ordering online or something of that sort. It was everything
Right,
offline. And people would look forward to what would be this time in the menu. So that way. So that definitely took me back to that time. And that's the reason I even named it as Queen of the Kitchen, because I've always seen her as the queen of the kitchen, because she didn't need any help or support. She would do everything by herself. The decision making as to what would be cooked. I mean, today we would think 100 times as to what should we do, what should we cook, what should we eat for the lunch, dinner, whatever. But she never had any questions about it. So that's what I actually thought about, whether be it just four of us, our family, or whether be it people coming over. So it was always her. So I can never think of anyone else when it comes to the kitchen. And definitely, she single handedly handled every other work that went on in the kitchen. So and that was it. I mean, that's what I actually thought about. And you really made me go back to my childhood and, cherish those memories.
right,
It really meant a lot. I really had a good time. I mean, I thought more about the past, alongside writing. So
right.
it was fun. It was good. So, yes, I mean,
So let's
taking back.
listen to your poems,
Sure.
and the audience will also have that feel.
Right. So it's titled Queen of the Kitchen, where the four walls hold the secret of satiating one's appetite through the stomach, reaching the heart, and setting the mood right. From where the aroma pleases your senses, even before it delights your taste buds, where the four walls give a hint of readiness, with the pressure cooker dancing to the whistling siren. For the mommies, these four walls have been their happy space, giving into daddy's wish and kiddo's delight, forever with a smile on their face. It is the kitchen, that is this magical place. The clanking sound of the cutlery, the aroma of the food wafting through the air, pulled together our otherwise busy humans to resist a delectable meal they can't dare. A pinch of salt adds to the taste. A pinch of sugar sweetens up your day. The different tastes that touch your palate, the innovative recipes coming out from the kitchenette, the sour, the bitter, or savory as it may be, to spice up the life, it holds the key. The story of every household, it stands out to be the queen of the kitchen reigning supreme. I am the homemaker, she shouts out with glee. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a very sweet and beautiful tribute to your mother, of course. But I would like to ask you one thing: that are you not playing that same card, Queen of the Kitchen?
Yes, I am. But then, when you compare with your own mother, you'll find that, as it's something that we've observed, as the generation
Yeah.
goes on. I mean, things are going down. I mean, it's not the
Hmm.
same level,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I always feel that even a homemaker, whether we, I mean, it doesn't have to be working woman. I mean, a woman is always working in the home, in the kitchen, doing so
Mm.
much to serve everyone, taking care of everybody's
Mm.
needs. I mean, what everyone likes. So
Yeah.
we give very less, you can say, the due or the importance to the woman as
Hmm.
such, the homemaker, really. So I
True.
think this was one good way of remembering that and understanding that, women have so much to do, and they
This.
do so much, and their contribution is really great. It
Exactly.
actually sets
Uh,
our mood, because we're waiting what to, every day, what are we going to eat now? Something like that. And Sundays are definitely special, no? Because Sundays would be wherein mothers would have a lot of time, and especially
Huh.
because I've seen my working woman. Yeah, if she's a working woman, I'm also a working woman. Yes, so
Right.
Sundays definitely we keep that day for anything that's special. So it's
Okay.
like I mean, that's one thing. Yes, I do agree, but then I still can't match up her level, is what I feel.
Yeah. So if I may add, Mona Lisa, if I may add one sentence here, please.
Please, please.
Yeah. So what I mean, just prolonging her statement, Jyoti's statement. Actually, we imbibe, I think, and subconsciously everything we sort of register. Whether it's a mother, brother, or parents, or family members, and all. So somewhere, particularly, mothers, attitude, mothers' way of working, mothers' way of thinking. Somewhere it settles in our hearts, in our minds, and probably that comes out, at some point or the other.
Yes, yes. I was about to ask, this question, like during the session here, that don't you feel, all of you, I'm talking here to all of you, that with the passage of time, as we grow up, we slowly become more of that reflection of our mothers, of our aunts or grandmothers we have seen. And we are carrying that lineage, even if it's like subconsciously or consciously, we are actually carrying it forward. So, would you agree?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes,
very much.
100%. Very much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Lovely. So, Moshumi, I would come to you, and I have read your poem and I know the story, but it would be lovely if you tell the audience that what was your inspiration and how did you feel writing your poem?
Just like everybody, I adore my mother for her culinary skills. But when cooking, when just I think that how I learned cooking. Actually, I learned cooking from my mother-in-law, who was very good and pious lady. Actually, girls from their early days, they have a natural attachment with the kitchen and preparation of foods, watching their mother doing all the household works, cooking, feeding, and then serving the whole family with love and warmth. So this skill comes just naturally to her, to every girl. But I was actually not like that in my girlhood. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I always ran away from my kitchen. I never peeped inside and tried to see what my mother was preparing, what ingredients she was using, the spices or whatever spices she was using. I was more to eating. I loved eating whatever delicacies she made every day. Actually, we grew up in Arunachal Pradesh, and you can just understand those days how it was so tough in Arunachal Pradesh to have a good thing. Even you won't believe, my mother used to cook. That time pressure cooker was not there, and just cooking the masoor dal
Hmm.
was very tough for her. The worst quality would go there, and it would take hours to cook that masoor dal. So in that time also, my mother used to cook very beautifully wonderful things. I loved cleaning the house and arranging things all around. So when my marriage was ultimately settled, and my mother's greatest fear was that I will be humiliated in my in-laws' place for almost zero knowledge in cooking. But to our relief, my mother-in-law came to my rescue, and under her guidance I actually learned how to cook, and I think I am the best cook of my home nowadays. And when this announcement was made by Mona Lisa Joshi in Chrysanthemum Chronicle about the kitchen anthology, the first thing that came to my mind was the first day in the kitchen of my in-laws home, my experience that was in the kitchen in my in-laws home. And I heartily thank Mona Lisa Joshi always for bringing out so much amazing prompts, which open the floodgates of our memory, and we are able to scoop out certain instances, sometimes from our own life, and present that before the world in our own style. And now I read the poem.
Yes, yes, please go
Yeah.
ahead.
So my poem is The Chef of the Home. A tantalizing aroma lingers for long, even when the master calls the day off. Observed happily the kids and their father, fulfillment plainly etched in each one's caper. Eyes closed, I dived in the days of yore. Few faded pages fluttered in my core. Novice and shy stepped in a newlywed, wrapped in red and gold from toes to head. In-laws and aunts were ready to edify the bride. Culinary is an art, they whispered with pride. Engulfed in anxiety, the unversed fumbled. In tweeting the moment of sentience, smiled the crowd. Training under watchful eyes, she blossomed, carried the legacy holding to her bosom. How a trembling hand tossed the fish over. Hot Wok amusingly witnessed the clumsy affair. Ceremonies and rituals in a few days came to an end. Her mentor made it a point to cheer her every attempt. Criticisms and reprimands, though poured from others. Gulping tears, she resolved to master the art. Eyes closed, few more pages I flipped. A confident hand swiftly turns the lid. Tempting aroma engulfs the surrounding like a wildfire, teasing senses of the passers-by in every corner. Mews the cat waking up from her nap, lifting her head, she hungrily gapes. Inviting was the spread Inviting is the spread of delectable fish curry and other delicacies that chef of the home mustered with her years of experiences.
Ah,
Thank you.
So you have portrayed that story, that how you
Yeah,
faced that day, the experience of that day when you were being expected, like you have to cook, but you have no knowledge, and slowly how
no
you learn.
knowledge. Even I couldn't turn the fish properly because
Yeah,
in Bengali family, after wedding, when we come to the in-laws' house, first thing we cook is the fish.
fish.
Yeah. So I couldn't turn
okay.
the fish properly even. I was scared of the flesh, all these things.
So I'm sure your mom would be very proud of your mother-in-law and also thankful that finally
Yeah,
you taught my daughter.
they were very good friends and both liked each other.
Lovely. So I'm really I think that they must have felt very proud also when you have showed, if you have showed this book to them, and also your poem.
But here both are not.
Okay, okay. My bad.
No more here.
I'm sure they will send their blessings from the heavens.
Yeah, yeah.
Lovely listening to all of your poems. Now I would come to Indrani. So Indrani, tell me your story. What was your inspiration? Of course, yours is a very clear indication, the Bong kitchen. But we would love to know your story and your inspiration, and how do you feel writing, during the process.
Yeah. My story is somewhat similar to that of Moushumi because my mother never asked for any help from me. She used to always give me the liberty to be on my own. So, like kitchen was like a magical place for me. I mean, how things are getting cooked there, and how she's bringing it to the dinner table, to the to us our favorite food items and our delicacies was always a very kind of wonderment for me. How she prepares, because she never asks me, "You come in, you see how I do it," and all. So I've never grown up to be a very avid cook. That quality was never in me. I was a good connoisseur. She used to always depend on my tasting her preparation. If I would say yes, all the ingredients are in equal portion, it is good, and she would be relieved. Okay, then I can serve it to my guests. So that was the story. So just like Moushumi, I also had to get married some point of time. So she said, "What will you do now? You'll be going there, and you do not know how to cook, how to do this." And actually, the first day, I never had to cook as long as I was there with my in-laws. But when I had to shift to Jamshedpur with my husband, his working place, there I actually faced the whatever I did not have in myself about cooking. So I was, he didn't have a good knife also to chop the vegetables. And he came for lunch, and still I was in that state, chopping the vegetables. Where is the food? So it was from that state actually I started my cooking expertise. So then gradually picked it up. I took tips from my mother-in-law and from my mother, everyone, and they also started coming in turns to teach me how you should be doing the cooking. Especially my mother-in-law, she was very concerned her son will not get good food to eat. So it's high time to guide my daughter-in-law. Nobody's interested that what she will eat. She was also, I mean, under her mother, having good food to eat on the table and on her plate. She never also had to bother, but her son will not get to eat good food. So that was the main concern, and so she started coming more frequently and teaching me how to do, and gradually I picked it up. So that's what my cooking journey is all about. And coming to my poem, as because from a childhood I have been born and brought up with the bong test. So that's what has always been the predominating memory to me. So when writing it, all those memories came back to me. In our childhood we always had this um, uh, this trend of sitting together and having food. It's not like you some at one point of time, me at one point of time, nothing like that. You all have to be there. Mother will be serving together, and you finish your meal. Whether it's lunch, for lunch, my father wasn't there, but for dinner, we used to make sure that we all are sitting together and having our meals. So all those memories were coming back, especially the Sunday memories and all the special items she used to prepare for us and all that. At point of time, in our childhood, when birthdays used to get celebrated, pies used to be the main ingredients, not the cutting cake. And then on Sundays we used to have either pressure cooker full of mutton or chicken being cooked by her, and the whistle used to go, and the aroma used to spread all over the home that it is getting now cooked. So the hunger used to start building up, the appetite.
Correct.
So we'll all be sitting and enjoying that. So these memories were coming back to me, and so I thought, let me pen that,
Hmm.
because those were the most cherished memories, most cherished muses in my, you can say, memory diary. So I started penning there. So can I go with the poem now?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
It's the solution is Bong Kitchen.
Hmm.
The title of my poem. Sunday afternoon. Whistles of cookers stuffed with country chicken. Aromatic potpourri of spices evoking exotic flavor in Bong Kitchen. The succulent dish, susceptible enough to impassion fiery hunger, assembling the debacle family under the same harbor. It's the sultry summer of Bengal, and stomach antagonizes against your sumptuous food intake. To assuage and combat the rebellious paunch, Bong Kitchen strides ahead. Shukto emerges as magical potion, the Bengali appetizer that declutters all unwanted motion. The coalescence of five vegetables with bitter gourd predominating in taste. The adjuvant recipe of grandma can even allure your guests. Some propitious occasions to be observed with flamboyance. The traditional sweet dish of Bong cuisine invokes divine vibrance. The must palate that is popularly termed paish. Its amaranthine taste makes every heart prance and rejoice. Concoction of milk, rice, and nolingur in perfect measure. By savoring this, you attain the delectable paradise with pleasure. The smoky luchi and alurdom in morning platter make the day more resilient, a soulful nimble that conciliates heart's appetite more than stomach's fulfillment. It's the Bonkian connection that makes it all visible with its culinary twist, most invincible combo that upheavals its status to the summit. But when you mention the riverine bong with its lush verdant stretch, rice and fish is its staple intake that keeps the bong commune in mindful state. Cooked by home minister with amour and affection in her kitchen settlement, let the paramount heritage of delectables cuisine keep rolling to succeeding descent. The Bong cuisines act as catalyst to millions' heart. It has the taste of enticement that tags the Bong kitchen illimitably apart. The cardinal dishes to offer in every season. To prove my stolid assertion, I can exhibit Chiliad reasons. Thank you.
Indrani has this knack of using embellished words in her poem, but this one is like a little bit more flowy and addiction. I mean, the diction was kind of understandable. Some of your earlier poems I've read. Oh my God, I have to take the dictionary and read. The wonderful poem. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
The stories are also so lovely, your inspirations and the nostalgia that you have seen, you have grown, and then you are putting it together as a poetry. It's wonderful. And mostly I see that everybody has that feeling that they remember their mothers or grandmothers. It's a beautiful thing to
It's
see.
all her culinary taste, ma'am, that has been inculcated, and that's how I'm being brought up. So the same thing I prepare for my family members also, and thankfully my in-laws also have the same taste. So it wasn't a very problem for me as far as
And
cuisine is concerned.
yes, and you have said now very clearly, bomb kitchen is the solution. I'm sure everybody is going to find the solution tomorrow. It's Sunday,
Those
and all
Luchi
you
and
are
Alurdam.
listening to so
Luchi
many
and
people.
Alurdam.
Yes,
Sunday.
yeah.
Moushumi, if I ever get the chance to come to Calcutta, I'm coming to have that luchi and aludam to your house.
Sure, sure, sure. You come to my house.
Even in
Yes,
Bangalore, ma'am, if you are ever in Bangalore, please do come. Though I'm not a
definitely.
very good cook like Moushumi, I don't claim to be that because I have learned cooking because out of necessity, not because I love cooking. But yes, I had to do it. I had to know.
Nah, my family says that I am a good cook. I don't know about others.
Nice. So
But
Shristee,
Mona Lisa, you should come once. You are planning for long.
I will. I
Yeah,
have some plans, but I'm just waiting for both my sons. They are giving their boards this year, so after that I'll be a little free, so I might.
sure, sure, you come.
Moushumi, only Mona Lisa, very bad.
No, no, all of you. Actually, she is
No,
planning
ma'am,
for
you are
long.
also invited. Please do.
All of you must come.
No, no, we really should meet once for sharing our culinary expertise. We'll see who is cooking what, so it would be wonderful. So, Shriti, how are you? First of all, I was not able to talk to you, but the event is going on. Welcome to the event,
Thank
and
you.
tell me your story, your inspiration.
I'm not too well. My throat is a little bad. I hope I'm audible.
Yes,
Yeah, my throat is bad, so my voice is little not so good.
no
So
worries.
I could relate so much with Moushami and Indrani what they were telling because my story is also something similar. That I was like always away from the kitchen, and literally I was in a boarding school, so I had not even seen my mother cooking, and it was like entirely new journey after getting married. That even to make rice, I had to see the recipe book that how much water has to be put in to cook simple thing like boiled rice. So it has been a journey, and over the years, I think I have evolved as a cook, and now I can pat my back and say that I can cook some of the things and some delicacies and all. I mean, I think I have leveled up to become a chef that Mona Lisa made us with a certificate and
Yes,
everything.
I am given the certificate chef of poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, to begin with, I would like to say thank you to Mona Lisa, who gave us such cute. These are the cutest poetry
Books.
books that I have come across in my life. And
Hmm.
I can say thanks to her because, there were not many entries for the poetry, and it was not coming up as a proper anthology. But then she was like not wanting to upset anyone. So many poets had sent their entries, and she wanted to keep their hearts. So she said, "Okay, I'll come up with a pocket book." So that was very kind of her, I think, that to go ahead publishing the poetries in a pocket book. And
Hmm.
it's actually the cover, everything is so stunning and so beautiful, and the illustrations, like always, they are like mind blowing, and they add so much of flavor to reading when we are reading the poetries from the anthology. So
Hmm.
that is it. And coming to my poetry, it goes back to my grandmother's time, and it is like something which I always wanted to write for my grandmother, but it did not come out the way I really wanted to. This poem of mine is like not the typical poetry that I write, which has rhyming lines, couplets, and all. It is very much like it's like a in a pattern which is not rhyming, but yet it is poetical. So in this, I had tried to bring out the difference in the sounds of the kitchen, what we are hearing in the kitchen now. Like we have electronic gadgets, we have mixie, we have microwave, we have OTGs. And back then, during my grandmother's time, she hardly had these gadgets. And I think we are one of those generations who have seen using silbatta. Now also they are using, it's coming back. But while growing up, it was like for a fraction of time when I used to go to her kitchen that I used to see all these things. And then in the middle, everything became very electronic. And my kitchen is like completely electronic. So
Right.
that is the thing I had tried to bring in my poetry. The sounds of the music in the kitchen has changed. Another thing of my poetry that is like which I wanted to bring out was like while cooking, my grandmother would always sing a particular song, and that song was like related to gods. It is called Sohar in our UP language. It's called Sohar. That is got lots of praises for the gods and goddesses. So she would always sing a song while cooking, and along with the masalas and the ghee and the tail and everything, she would also add her prayers, her blessings, and all. So that was one thing which she would always do. Whenever she used to cook anything, she would always sing a song of prayers and mix it with the food. So these 2 points I wanted to bring in my poetry. The song that of the kitchen that has changed from those nice grinding songs and all to this electronic gadgets, and the song which my grandmother used to sing and which I have imbibed even when I'm cooking. And many of us must be, like putting in our blessings and prayers. But the song, that particular song which she used to sing, that was like something which really stayed with me. And I used to ask her that why are you singing this song? And she used to say, I'm singing this song so that you people become strong and nice and you stay blessed for 7 generations. You have good physique, good health, good eyes, things like this. So she used to really take it to all the body parts that so that your bones become strong, your legs become strong, your eyes become beautiful. So like that is the way she used to cook in the kitchen, and that is what I have tried to bring in my poem.
So please, now I would like to listen because our audience is also expecting. इतनी सारी बातें हमें पोएम के थ्रू भी बता सुनाओ अब.
Yeah, so I will read my poem. I hope you like it because this is not like a typical running poem, as I had said, but it is something which is very much from the heart, and it's like a dedication to my grandmother, whom I used to call Amma. So here I have referred to her as Aji because Aji means grandmother, and I used to call her Amma because everybody used to call her Amma. So Amma means mother. So she was literally the grandma Amma of the whole house. Nobody used to call her Aji or Mosi or anything. Everybody used to call her Amma only. So this is the poem for her. The title is The Song. As the summer sun rose, She walked towards the terrace, a mat tucked in one hand and pot in another. Meticulously spreading the mat on the floor, she pressed the four corners with a book. The little one tiptoed behind. Are you going to sleep in the sun? Is it not so hot here, Aji? She asked, seeing the mat. Pulling her sari palla over her face to avoid getting tanned, Aji replied with a demure smile, no child, today I am going to make buddies. Yummy, buddy, came the excited cry without understanding what it is. Under the blazing sky. But where is the stove and the griddle? Where will you cook? In the terrace corner or in the middle? I will sun dry the paste and leave it here to dry. Then it will be ready to eat with gravies and fries. She opened the lid, filling the air with spicy aroma. Taking a small dumpling of paste grinded on silbatta, she placed them meticulously in a row. The little one counted as she placed them one by one on the sheet. One, two, three. But she stopped when a song hit her ears. Aji, what is the song that you sing? Ah, this song? It is a Sohar. Sohar? Yes, Sohar, a song filled with blessings, invoking the divine grace. But why do you sing it now? The heat is becoming unbearable. Let's go fast. Let's race. I sing the song while making so that when you eat this food, you transform into a beautiful being, that your body does kind deeds, and your mind gives you noble thoughts. The mat was nearly full. Some paste was still left in the pot. She took a handful and made seven big balls. They looked rather odd amongst the small ones. She planted dry red chilies in its center to ward off the evil eyes. And why do you make these so big? So that my next seven generations have beautiful big eyes. Aji smiled, displaying her dazzling dimples. Ah, I see. Indeed, a long-term vision she had. Wait, your food is ready. The mechanical sound of the micro broke my memories of yonder years. The oil spluttered as I dashed in the burries in my curry, reminiscing my grandmother and her gentle ways. When there was so much music in her kitchen, life was simple, full of prayers. The soothing sound of grinding on silbatta was now replaced with the cacophony of the electric gadgets. Many things have changed since technology and techniques. The kitchen now has a different song, but whenever I stir the skittle, the sohar that comes out of my heart is the same. Thank you.
Wow.
That's a lovely dedication, I would say, to your grandmother, to your Aji. And I've
Yes.
also never heard of this thing, Sohar. So this is something new to me. I got to learn from your poem. Beautifully written.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, recently a song had become very viral from this web series in Panchayat, if you had seen. So that
Yeah,
some
Panchayatas.
Manoj, yeah, some Manoj, that I don't remember the singer. So that is a Sohar.
Okay.
That,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
check,
okay.
I'll check it out, of
Yeah,
course. It's something
yeah,
new
yeah,
I've learned here.
yeah,
Sohar.
yeah. It's basically divine blessings in the songs of the divine grace.
yeah, yeah.
One thing we have to admit here that apart from being a book of poetry for the kitchen, this book has actually become a dedication for so many mothers and grandmothers.
Yes,
True,
absolutely.
very true.
Absolutely. That was one
Hmm.
of the reasons that I wrote for this, because I had this in my heart from a long time that I wanted something related with this. And then when you came,
Yeah.
and mine was like always a last entry that please take mine. So
Uh,
So I'm always open to entries because we had very few for this. So I was kind of worried, but really whatever has worked, it has worked wonder. Now it has become a pocket book, so which is very unique, and so many
yeah,
people actually picked after it came out because only out of interest that how a book is like a pocket size, that too holding kitchen poems, especially women. So I'm thankful to all those who actually picked the book. And I would really love all of you to please hold it up and show it on the screen, and let's seize the moment. And we're doing a virtual launch today. So please, if you can pick this copy, just connect with me, DM me. This is a limited edition, so I'll share the link with you and read it, enjoy it. This more than being a kitchen poem. It's a book of poems. It's also a dedication book. It has become. You will read so many mothers and grandmothers' stories and nostalgic moments. Thank you, poets, Shakuntala ma'am, Jyoti, Shristee, Moushumi, Indrani for joining the virtual launch today. I'm really grateful to all of you. Please stay connected and please write more for the publishing house. I'll be grateful. Thank you for all your support.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you so
Mona
much.
Thank
Lisa.
you.
Thank
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you.
friends.
so much,
Thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Bye. Bye and best wishes to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a
Yeah.
wonderful evening ahead. Bye. Bye.
Thanks
Bye,
to
Bye.
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you.
Dear audience, please subscribe to the channel. Please read our books. Please pick them up. Enjoy reading. There are so many amazing anthologies, poetry, fiction that have come out from my publishing house, from our publishing house. It's not mine. It's all of you, all yours. So lovely connecting with you today. Thank you. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Bye bye.